Outside the hospital, a flower girl stopped Jungkook's girl. Sir, these are flowers. Jungkook took the bucket. Jungkook thanks. He paid her and quietly walked inside the hospital. Inside the ICU room, Jungkook slowly walked to Hwan's bed and placed the flowers beside her. He looked at her for a few seconds, then he forced a small smile. Jungkook, good morning, my baby. He gently fixed a strand of her hair. See how handsome I am looking today. He tried to joke a little, right? But Hwan didn't respond. Jungkook held her hand. Come on, Hwan, get up now. His voice slowly became emotional. Jungkook, it has been 1 month. His eyes filled with tears. How long will you make me wait? He wiped his tears, but more came. Please wake up now. He looked at her quietly. Then he spoke again. Today I am going to receive an award. His voice broke slightly. Jungkook, I wanted you to be there with me. A tear rolled down his cheek. You were so excited about it. He smiled sadly. You keep saying. He imitated her voice softly. My husband will get the award one day. Just then his phone started ringing. He looked at the screen and answers. Girl from phone. Sir, please come quickly. The announcement is about to start. Jungkook closed his eyes for a second, then he bent down and gently kissed Hwan's forehead. Jungkook whispered softly, I don't want to go, Hwan. His voice was full of pain. Jungkook, but this award was your dream. He looked at her face one more time. You were so excited that day. He slowly let go her hand and quietly walked out of the room. Authors, the ceremony hall was full. Many famous people were sitting there. Then the host came on stage, and the award goes to Mr. Jeon Jungkook. The whole hall filled with loud clapping. Jungkook stood up from his seat. He gave a small smile and slowly walked towards the stage. Authors, when he reached the stage, the host handed him the award trophy. Everyone clapped again. Jungkook looked at the award for a moment, then he walked toward the mic to give his speech. Jungkook, calm voice, thank you everyone. He paused for a moment, then his eyes became slightly emotional. Jungkook, this award is not just mine. Everyone listen carefully. It is because of someone who always supported me. He took a small breath. Jungkook, my wife. His voice became softer. She always believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself. A small sad smile appeared on his face. Everything I achieved today is because of her support. The audience started clapping again. Jungkook nodded slightly. Jungkook, thank you. He finished his speech and turned to leave the stage, but suddenly the host stopped him. Host, Mr. Jeon, wait. Jungkook turned back. Host smiled. We have surprise for you. Jungkook shook his head slightly. Jungkook, no sir, thank you, but I really needed to go. Leave, but the host insisted. Host, come on Jungkook, at least look at your surprise. Once Jungkook looked confused, suddenly the lights of the hall dimmed and a focus light turned on in the audience. Jungkook looked in that direction and then he froze. His eyes widened in shock because the person standing there was the one he had been waiting to see for so long, the person he wanted to see the most. Authors, for a moment Jungkook thought he was dreaming. His eyes didn't blink, his hands slightly trembled, because right there under the spotlights, Hwan was sitting weak, a little pale but alive. Jungkook whispered under his breath, Jungkook, Hwan. Authors, the whole hall went silent. Hwan looked at him with teary eyes. Authors, she gave a small smile, soft smile, and that was enough. Jungkook dropped the award from his hand and without thinking he ran straight towards her. People in the audience moved aside. Jungkook reached her and immediately pulled her into a tight hug. Jungkook, he said. Hwan, he held her like he was scared. she would disappear again. Jungkook, you are here. You are really here. His voice broke completely, tears started falling non-stop. Van slowly wrapped her arms around him. Van, I'm here. Jungkook pulled back slightly and looked at her face as if making sure she was real. Jungkook cupped her face with his trembling hands. Jungkook, you woke up. His voice was barely a whisper. Why didn't you tell me? Why smiled softly through her tears. When I wanted to surprise you, Jungkook let out a small broken laugh. Then suddenly he pulled her into another tight hug, even tighter than before. Jungkook, don't ever do this again. His voice was full of fear. Jungkook, I can't leave without you. Van gently held his back. Van, I'm not going anywhere. Jungkook closed his eyes, finally feeling her in his arms again. After what felt like forever, he slowly pulled back and without saying anything, he kissed her forehead, then rested his forehead against her. Jungkook whispered, Welcome back, my baby. The whole hall filled with loud claps and emotional cheers, but Jungkook didn't care about anyone else. For him, the only thing that mattered, was that Vine was finally back. Author Jungkook slowly helped Vine sit on a chair. He was still holding her carefully, like she might break. But then he noticed something. Vine couldn't stand on her own. Her legs didn't respond. She tried a little, but she couldn't balance herself. Jungkook's smile slowly faded. His eyes filled with tears instantly. Vine avoided eye contact. She softly said, Vine, it's okay. But Jungkook, no, it was not okay. Just then a nurse and Jimmy quickly came forward. They carefully supported Vine from both sides and helped her sit properly on the chair. Vine was trying to move, trying to hold herself, but her body was not listening. Jungkook stood there frozen. Authors. His eyes were locked on her. Tears slowly rolled down his cheeks. He clenched his face tightly because the truth was clear now. The accident didn't just take her consciousness, it took her ability to stand. Jimmy looked at Jungkook with pain in his eyes, but Jungkook couldn't say anything. He slowly walked closer and knelt down in front of Vine. Jungkook gently held her hand. His voice was shaking. Jungkook, I'm here. More tears fell from his eyes. Even if you can't walk. He took a deep breath. I will walk for both of us. Vine's eyes filled with tears. Jungkook smiled softly through his pain. You just stay with me. That's enough. Vine couldn't say anything. She just held his hand tighter. Author. After a few days, Jungkook finally brought Vine home. But everything had changed. This time he wasn't just her husband. He became her strength. Jungkook carefully carried Vine in her arms, took her inside. He made sure she was comfortable on the bed. Jungkook, tell me if you need anything, okay? Vine just nodded quietly. Authors. From that day, Jungkook did everything for her. He fed her food with his own hands. He helped her change clothes. He made sure she took her medicine on time. Even the smallest thing, he never let her feel alone. One day, Jungkook was feeding her. Jungkook trying to smile. Open your mouth, good girl. Vine looked at him slightly. Her eyes were a little sad. Jungkook noticed it. Jungkook, hey, don't look like that. He gently wiped her lips. Jungkook, you are still the same strong girl. Author. Another time, Jungkook was helping her change clothes. He was very careful and gentle. If it hurts, tell me, okay? Vine slowly said. I feel like a burden. Jungkook immediately stopped. He looked at her seriously. Jungkook, don't ever say that again. His voice was firm but full of love. Jungkook, you are not a burden. He held her face gently. You are my reason. Tears filled Vine's eyes. Authors. Every day, Jungkook tried to make her smile. He told her funny stories. He showed her old pictures. He stayed beside her all the time. Sometimes he would sit near her and say, Jungkook, one day you will walk again. He smiled softly. Jungkook, and when that happens, I will be the first one to see it. Vine looked at him with hope in his eyes. Authors, he motivated her, encouraged her, loved her even more than before. Because for Jungkook, Vine happiness was everything, and no matter what happened. Authors, days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. It wasn't easy pain, tears, endless exercises, but Vine didn't give up, and neither did Jungkook. Every day Jungkook helped her with therapy, yoga, and medications. He stayed beside her during every session. Jungkook, come on, just one more step. Authors, Vine would try even when it hurt, even when her body refused. One day something changed. Vine was holding Jungkook's hand. She slowly tried to stand up. Her legs trembled, her grip tightened on his arms. Jungkook, I'm here, don't be scared. Vine took a deep breath and slowly she stood up. For a few seconds she was actually standing. Jungkook's eyes widened. Jungkook, Vine, his voice filled with emotion. You are standing. Tears immediately filled his eyes. Vine looked at him, her eyes were also teary. Vine, weak smile. I told you, I will try. Jungkook couldn't stop smiling through his tears after a few days with support. Authors, Vine started taking small step, one step, then another, holding Jungkook's hands tightly. Jungkook walked slowly with her soft laugh. See, you are walking. Vine looked down at her feet as if she couldn't believe it herself. Her steps were slow, unsteady, but real, and for Jungkook that was everything. Jungkook gently held her face. Jungkook, I am so proud of you, Vine. Smiled softly. Authors, it was a long journey and there was still a long way to go. But this time there was a hope because step by step with his support, Vine was finally learning to live again. And comment what you want next. Bye bye.